Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. Today's video is a track review by a Hungarian artist named Gnork. And the track's called Stringxxx233344. And it was recommended to me by an old friend of mine, Josh Kolva, aka Mr. Kolva, from Discogs. We've known each other for a good 23, 24 years, and we've hanged out a few times, but we often, send each other tracks to check out here and there, and he wanted me to check this one out for my channel. And strangely enough, when I went to Discogs and to see if I knew the artist, because I always try to do a little bit of research if I don't recognize the name right off the bat. And strangely enough, I have this EP in my want list. So either I happen to, well, I mean, there's 4 tracks on the EP, so I'm not sure if this track is the reason why it's in my EP, or maybe Josh recommended me this EP or this track, and I really liked it, and I put it in my want list. But oftentimes, what I do is if I come across a new artist, what I do if I like what I hear, I'll go in their Discogs and put something of his in my want list, so I know to check out more of his music. And again, not only did I put this in my want list, but there was another EP around the same, roughly. Actually, it was from 2019, and it's a record I have in my collection that he was featured on, a 4-track EP. And so around that time, there's another EP of his that I have in my want list. So I have not only this one I have in my want list from 2015, but also that one. So it could be a combination of maybe Josh showed me this track before, or this EP, or I ran across it and put this into my want list. But I don't know it offhand. So it'd be interesting if I remembered it, or if it's the reason why the EP is in my want list. But that's basically the background of what I know about the artist and the reason for this review, and if I know anything about the artist, and that's what I have so far. But other than that, I don't know too much about the artist. I just know he does deep house and sort of acid house and electronic music, different styles of house music. But I know he's been out for about 15 years, and I'm curious to check out the track. So yeah, let's get into it and check out the track. It's called Stringxxx233344, and then I'll give the track a score and come back to you with my thoughts on it. All right, here we go. All right, so there we got a chance to check out String XXX233344 by the Hungarian producer named Gnork. I really like this track. Just a touch over 8 minutes. Really cool analog bass line. The percussion is great sounding. I like the rawness of it. Really strong foundation. And then the melody builds. And then a second melody comes out and that sort of fades in. And the cool thing about it, too, about that particular melody is it's more futuristic, maybe a little bit more melancholy. So I tie that secondary melody that or main melody that comes in, maybe a little bit more Detroit techno than really house. And at first I thought it was going to be more of a house track, but as that melody kind of creeps in and the percussion is a little bit more, rhythmic and drum machine like, it does give more of a techno vibe to a house track. But when that melody comes in, it definitely it confirms that it's a techno track to me, anyways. But it's more futuristic. It's a touch optimistic too, maybe a touch melancholy as well. Just a really cool floaty melody over it. This is what I call a linear techno track. It's more produced in a sequencer mode, like with sequencers and stuff like that. Very um, it flows over long periods of time, which I consider more linear style of techno. Is just a name that I kind of describe how I describe techno tracks that, or even house tracks that take longer or evolve over a lot longer of time. And this track doesn't necessarily do a lot. It's got a great bass line, got good percussion, good flow to it. It stays in the sweet spot, which a lot of times I prefer with tracks like this. Um, but there is something to be said about tracks that sort of, if they went into this melody for like 30 seconds or a minute and then it got out of it and then you wanted to revisit it, and there's that style of producing as well. But I think for this track, it's I really like how it does it too. I mean, there's benefits of doing things both ways, I feel like, and I really like how the melody fades out. Really good track. Really impressed. Strong percussion. I mean, a strong production overall. I do think there's a little bit of an opportunity for maybe a third melody or some sort of accent to really, maybe towards the end, to really take it to another level, or maybe embellish the excellent melodies that are going on with the layering, or maybe even at the front, maybe some melody to uh, kind of give you a hint of what's coming and build it a little differently than build it rhythmically for a couple minutes before everything kind of works out, and then you kind of get the direction of the track maybe around 3 minutes. If there was some sort of melody at the front to hint you at that, then you would kind of be anticipating that, and that'd be kind of cool too. But there's also different ways to produce that as well, and so I respect this way to go about it and bring it in more of a longer and build up the track in more of a rhythmic way than kind of hinting at the melody. There's two ways to do it. I kind of prefer the other one. I think it'd be cool if there was a little bit of an accent of the melody at the end, maybe just a little sprinkling of a melody sort of at the end, just to sort of take it to another level, or maybe a little bit of the melody at the front. I think would have been a nice thing to add as well. But those are just very minor critiques on if I was good enough to produce this, that's how I would do it. But it's just me as a listener, just giving my thoughts on it. But that's a small opportunity, as the track is. I mean, it's really strong. I give it 7.75 stars. It's right under a classic, right under excellent for me. It's right there. I think if it did have a little bit of the melody at the front and maybe that touch at the end, just something to really kind of take it over the top in a subliminal way, though. It doesn't have to be like over the board, like take it into like any kind of cheesy kind of or over the top or poppy. But there could have been a slight change in the last couple of minutes instead of just kind of fading out the melody and having the rhythm play out for the last like 45 seconds. Maybe just a different. But I think that would have really kind of really made the track sink in for me, and maybe give it like an 8 or an 8.5 or something like that. But yeah, as it is, I really think it's a strong track. Really good stuff, and I didn't remember the track, so I'm not sure if that's the reason why the track's in my want list, or the EP is in my want list. But um, yeah, when I got a chance to first check out this producer, it must have been 4 or 5 years ago. It's somebody that I haven't gone back to yet and check out more of his music, but considering I've heard this as well, it kind of reminded me that I need to go back and check out more from this artist. And so yeah, thanks to Josh Kova for sending over this track so I can listen to it, and I certainly appreciate that. He's interested in my opinion on tracks. So I appreciate that, and of course I appreciate the support as well in me doing this channel. So thank you, Josh. But yeah, if there's something that you'd like me to review, either a track or an album, anything electronic, you'll find my email down there in the notes. Just send me an email and your request, and I will get back to you. All right, thanks so much, and hope you enjoyed the track as well. All right, take care.